And welcome to Poppy's Workshop. I am at the drill press right now, so let's get this in front of the camera. So here's where we're at. Well, let's get it right side up. All right, here we go. So this is the stack cut that we glued up in a previous video. And this is 5 layers, uh, 3/16 of an inch. Now, what I did is I had butternut for 4 layers, as you can see here. Let me get the light to get you to see the layers. And then I had decided to take a piece of scrap wood, or as I prefer to call them, offcuts. And this happens to be on the bottom is some walnut. Now, normally I do not like mixing species because you are talking about um, different jankas, which is the hardness of the wood. So that's the first thing. Butternut, if I remember correctly, is about 400. And I think walnuts around 8 or 9. I could be wrong on that, but I know there's a difference. So that's one of the reasons um, is the difference in the Janka. Now, what happens is you have your blade. I don't know if you can really see that. I think I've got my light here. You have the blade, and of course, it's very small. And you're going through a softer wood here and a harder wood at the bottom. And that changes how the blade reacts. Um, it's not as consistent as if all of it was 400 Jenga. So be aware of that. In particular, when you're doing fine detail work. If you're doing larger work, no big deal, but or I should say larger cuts, but it gets a little bit more hinky. Along with that is the difference in grain structure. Now, walnut seems to have the same basic tight grain structure as the butternut, um, but that is also another thing that can deflect your blade differently through the different layers. So be aware of that if you decide to mix species. I'm taking a chance. I did say, I need to sand that bottom here. Um, I want the bottom to be smooth for when I put it on the cutting deck of my scroll saw. So I usually do that after the drilling too. But I wanted to just get that as flat as possible so that when my drill goes through, it doesn't deflect too much. So let's get a couple holes drilled. I'll do some of the easier cuts in the start. And I'm trying to strategically place these. Number one, if the blade deflects, I want a minimum of it deflecting towards my cutting line. That was close. Let's do this one here. Let's see. This is a complicated cut, so we're going to do a complicated because of the sun. I'll show you that in a moment. Okay, let's see what I'm cutting here. That gives it a good frame. All right, let me sand that. So I have 2 blocks with sandpaper. You can hear the difference. That's my course. That's my fine. Usually I would, oh, I must have gotten some glue or something there. So as I keep sanding the bottom, I'll get rid of that little thing there. So let's take a look at where we're at right now. Um, you can see some of the holes that I've drilled, and there's a couple different philosophies. You could drill out all the holes on this in advance. Um, just drill them all. Or, like in this case, I've drilled out one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Oops, I wanted to do 10. I drilled out 9 holes. And then I'll cut those out, and then I'll go back and I'll drill some more. That actually becomes very important when you are, oops, sorry, when you are um, doing those finer, um, I don't want to say abstract pieces, but those big pieces that, for example, you may use a spiral saw on, where they have very small bridges. Um, when you the different I'm trying to remember Charles Hand, for example. There's another Charles. Oh my gosh, my mind just went blank. I'm sorry, Charles. Oh no. But there's a number of pattern artists who do very, very detailed patterns, and what you really need to do is drill out 5 or 10 holes, cut them out, sand the back, drill out 5 or 10 more holes, and then wash, rinse, repeat. Because if you wind up cutting out all the holes and then try cutting, it, it it can become really, really messy because again, these are very fine detailed, where this is not. Uh, Again, this is one of my patterns that I created, and you can see the larger version of, oh no, I don't. This is one I do not have a larger version of. Um, this is part of the Norfolk. I always joke about that. It's either we call it Norfolk. Uh, some people say Norfolk. They don't want to swear. This is the other piece. Um, this is a double stack, and this was walnut, but it was a lighter walnut. Um, so this is the one for the Norfolk Botanical Gardens. Um, I do plan on scaling this down to ornament size, so that'll be the second in the series of Norfolk ornaments, along with the Virginia Beach ones that I have. That is not one over there. So there you go. I think that pretty much covers what I would like to talk about today. I am kind of on the camera. There I am. All right. I don't like showing myself. Um, so there you go. That's it. May the Lord richly bless you. Make it a great day right here at Poppy's Workshop.